Hello!
I've got my tough guy gloves on because we're looking at the A-Team, or games based on the A-Team at the very least. Do you know what the A-Team is? If not, go look it up on Google. I'm not a bloody school teacher. I failed the background checks because of all that stuff I nicked. Oh, alright, I'll explain it briefly. There's 4 blokes. They're in Vietnam. Something bad happens. Well, does it happen? We don't know. They were framed for it, so somebody said that happened, and somebody else in court said it did happen, but it didn't really. Then they went to a prison, and then it all exploded or something, and they promptly escaped because they're very good at timekeeping. And they went to the Los Angeles Underground, but that doesn't make any sense because every week they spend all their time helping people in deserts against corrupt ranchers and things. Right, and here are the people who are in it. John Hannibal Smith. He's like the leader and comes up with all the plans and has black gloves and he likes cigars. Then we've got B.A. Baracus. He was the main fool pitier and also the driver, and he only ever drank milk for some reason. Then we've got Templeton Peck, known as Face Man, because he has a face, and what he does is get all the stuff they need for their plans and chat ladies up. And finally we've got Howling Mad Murdoch, who is the pilot and is mentally ill, because on television mental illness is funny because you never have to explain to your nephew why Uncle Dennis hanged himself in the vestry that day. Anyway, that's the A-Team. First, before we look at the game, read this with your eyes. Did you read all that? Did you? There'll be a test later and hell to pay if you fail. Right, A-Team games. Now the funny thing about the A-Team is, as soon as games publishers got the license, they went completely fucking batshit insane. You see, most games kind of make some kind of sense, don't they? You know, hard to play them if they don't. But for some reason, A-Team games look like they've been designed by Salvador Dali and MC Escher in a pub after they've dropped some particularly bad acid. We're going to start off with Tiger Electronics. Sorry, we have to do that after that name now. They appear so often in these videos. Yep, Tiger Electronics, they're back. And look at their little logo. Roaring good fun! A better title would be something like I Pray for a Swift Death, which is what actually happens when you play one of their games. Anyway, A-Team game, moulded to look like Mr. T, groovy. Join the excitement and test your skill as you help B.A. Baracus and the rest of the A-Team stop the motorcycle gang and rescue the loot. Always good up for a bit of loot rescuing. Okay, here's the game. Oh, let's just point out that that doesn't look anywhere near as good as the one in the box. Mr. T is melting. Bless him. The instructions come with it, which is brilliant, mainly because the game makes no sense whatsoever, and I genuinely wouldn't have been able to work it out without them. I'm going to endeavour to explain this now. If you see lots of jump cuts, it's because I've had to start again because it makes no sense. Are you ready? We're going to try and explain it. Here goes. Whew, that was a jump cut, honest. Right. There's a motorcycle gang. They're swines. They want to nick things and the A-Team want to stop them. What they want to nick specifically are money bags from this corner of the screen, machine guns from this corner of the screen, petrol canisters from this corner of the screen, and, well, I presume they're actually releasing their buddies from Stir in the top left of the screen here. Either that or they are just nicking criminals and keeping them in a cupboard or something, I don't know. Okay. Not a difficult plan for the A-Team to come up with to solve this, you'd think. There are 4 members of the A-Team and 4 corners to protect. Therefore, common sense dictates. One member buggers off to each corner, stops the motorcycle gang, everybody goes home and has cheese on toast. Fantastic. Except, no, Hannibal has come up with a slightly more unorthodox plan. This is his plan. He, Hannibal himself, will stand in the bottom of the screen and do absolutely nothing. B.A. will run around and do absolutely everything, as in dealing with all the motorcycle gang. Meanwhile, Murdoch will drive an infinite number of jeeps from the left-hand side of the screen to the right-hand side, instantly appearing from one side to the other when he goes off. Oh, that's not strictly true, because actually there's 2 Murdochs on screen at any one time. And Face will drive an infinite number of sports cars from the right-hand side of the screen to the left-hand side of the screen. Again, at least 2 faces on screen at all at one time. You see, just standing in each corner of the screen would be a lot easier than breaking every known law of fucking physics, wouldn't it? But wait, it gets better. For reasons best known to his mother, B.A. cannot move sideways. Therefore, the only way for him to get from one side of the screen to the other is to jump in the back of Murdoch's jeep and then jump out at the right time. Or jump in the back of Face's car and again jump out at the right time. Yep, it's getting better, isn't it? The only excuse I can think of for this is that they used the logic chip from another game, because this makes no bloody sense at all. Oh, and of course, while he's jumping in between cars, he can get hit by them and killed. Shall we play it? More to the point, shall I play it while you just wish I wasn't? Game A. 4 BAs. Go. There we are. Right. Let's go down the bottom. Have to wait for Murdoch to come along. There we are. Oh no! Motorcycle bloke. Shoot, he's dead. And Murdoch, yes. Face. There we are. Shoot the one in that corner. Marvellous. Oh, I want to get to the other side of the screen now. So I have to nip... Oh, nope, I'm dead. Sorry. Brilliant. Don't you think a plan would be better if you didn't get repeatedly hit by members of your own team who are on screen twice at once? This is giving me a migraine. And, yep, I think I've shot somebody. Let's go up again. Oh, yep, here we go, driving over to the other side of the screen. Oh, the excitement. And they've nicked most of the money already. Oh, no, wait. What's happened? Oh, if you stay in the car to the edge of the screen, BA is killed. Okay, I can't take any more of this. I would like to point out, however, that on the back of the game is a nifty little stand. And if you flick it out, you can stand it up and look at it. And shoot it with a high-powered rifle. Now, if you thought the game was batshit insane, you're quite right. But there's worse to come. Have a look at this abomination.
From 1984, we have the A-Team for Atari 2600. Deviating slightly from the format of the TV show, this game features BA's giant disembodied head which flies around shooting lasers out of its eyes. You've either got to destroy or protect some kind of space rocket. I can't work out which, it doesn't make any sense. Then after a while you get trapped in a room with what appears to be the A-Team's nemesis Colonel Decker, who you have to bounce lasers off. You'll be unsurprised to hear that this game was never released, probably because it's shit and makes no sense whatsoever. You'll be even less surprised to hear that this was originally a game called Saboteur, and the A-Team graphics were shoehorned in afterwards. A year later, and an A-Team game was produced for the Commodore 64. After the authentic bullet hole logo appearance, things take a turn for the worse as the music playing is clearly the theme from Star Wars and not the A-Team. A quick look at the title screen shows that BA is being strangled by a crab, Face is having a stroke, Hannibal is George Washington with a mysterious disappearing cigar, and Murdoch is chewing something. The game itself carries over the giant floating head motif of the Atari version, but this time you play as an enemy of the A-Team and have to repeatedly shoot them. As you've probably noticed, this is basically a crap Space Invaders derivative with no sound. Oddly, I've seen two versions of this game with different credits. This one claims copyright to Elwood Computers, the other to Corboir Software. Who on earth would want to plagiarise this?
So there you have it. A-Team games were weird and rubbish. But on the plus side, we've gained a unique insight into how the A-Team themselves came up with plans. For instance, if the A-Team wanted to go to the newsagents to buy a Mars bar, Hannibal would sit in the corner doing absolutely fuck all. Face would clone himself 3 times and constantly run up and down in front of the newsagents singing brr, 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 brr. Murdoch would go off in this corner and, I don't know, summon the Dark Lord Satan to go and find out how much glucose is in the Mars bar or something. Meanwhile, BA would have to do all the actual work and then his head would grow to giant proportions and fly around shooting lasers. Sorted.